Hi everyone, this is Darcy and welcome to my eye hood lifting challenge. On this series, I show you lots of tutorials and also lots of great results from my eye hood lifting. And we are actually live. Sorry, I'm quite monitoring here. We're actually live, but the way this video goes is at the end of the video, I always put timestamps below. So if you're watching this as a replay, you can always come back and jump anywhere in this video. But the way the video goes is I first start showing my before and afters from the progress, from the tutorials I've been showing you. And then I go into the actual tutorial, and at the end, we go into the chat. So whenever you join, please make sure to put your comments or questions on the chat, or if you watch this as a replay, make sure you put your comments below. I always make sure I answer all your questions. And again, if you're watching this as a replay, you can always come back and check the timestamps below. And if this video is helpful to you, please make sure to do a like and subscribe. It really helps my channel a lot, and I really appreciate you guys being here. So I actually had a little pause on this series. That's why I repeated week 5. If you watched previously, I'll put the playlist on the description box if you want to watch the previous episodes of this series, because each week I show a live tutorial, and I had shown tutorials using different tools and different techniques to lift your eye hood. So if you don't have the tools I'm using in this tutorial, check out the previous tutorials. That way you can kind of see which tool you have so you can follow along on this series. But for this week, I'm entering week 6. I'm going to continue using the FOREO BEAR, the Nira Laser, and the Oralift. And I will tell you why, because it's been very easy to include this in my routine and I'm getting amazing results. But if you don't have these tools, try to use any of microcurrent devices you have. Again, I have done tons of tutorials on this series, so find the one that looks like your microcurrent device and follow the tutorial. And I love the Nira Laser, as I mentioned before, for firming this area here because I'm 45. So at that age, you start feeling a lot more droopiness on the eyelids. So this really helps to give a step further. But if you're younger, honestly, microcurrent by itself would do. Or if you have the Oralift, using it, you will also see a lift. But I'm combining these tools because I already have reviews on all these tools, using them exclusively, so you can also check out these videos, and I always put the videos I talk about on this live on the description box below, so you can see the results you can get by using each tool by themselves. On this series, I'm combining them to amplify the results and share with you guys. So as I mentioned before, I had to repeat week 5 because I had a black eye, so I had to stop for a couple of weeks. And this interesting thing, which I'm going to show you my before and afters now I'm going to show the before and afters from doing back for 1 week these tools. For only 1 week, I was able to get my results back, which is pretty amazing how quick you can get a lift, especially since I'm already on week 6, entering week 6 of this challenge. So again, goes to show that tools require consistency, and even if you stop. So it's actually really great that I can share with you guys that I had to stop for a little over 2 weeks actually. I lost some of my results, but I still had some lift. But as soon as I got back this week, I'm going to show you now my results from first the before and after from just this week. So it will be showing the before photo from last week plus the photo I took yesterday, which show my results currently. So this is me last week. So you can see that, again, you can even see a little bit of my eye. I had a black eye before, so my eye looks more tired, because I had an eye injury. But definitely more hooded, and I still have the lift, which I'm going to show the original before when I first started the series. But I want to show you this compared to last week, because you can see that quickly I sprung back and got my results back. And now I'm going to show you the results that I had from this whole series, from since I started. So this is how I started. So you can see that I'm actually more hooded than last week. So even when I stopped for 2 weeks and a little over 2 weeks, I still had some lift, because this is where I started. My eyes were extremely more hooded. I feel a lot more sagginess on my eyelids, and you can see, from today, from 6 weeks, 6 weeks of treatment. I mean, I'm entering 6 weeks. How the difference really makes of using these tools together to lift your eyes and also firm the eye area. So yeah, so I'm really impressed that as soon as I'm back, I definitely see quickly the results going back, even though I had stopped. So this is actually a really good thing for you guys to learn, that if you're doing a consistent tools consistently, and then for some reason you have to stop, you will lose some of the results. But then as you get back into the routine, you will get the results back. And again, with anything in life, consistency is the key, and especially with home tools, you got to keep using them because aging is a process. We age every day, and it's okay, but nothing is permanent. Even if you decide to do Botox or fillers, you still have to keep doing them. So I choose not to. I don't have any Botox or fillers, and I'm showing you guys techniques that you can use at home, these amazing tools that will give you great results. And this series is amazing because you can follow along with me, see my progress, and also join the series and do the challenge for yourself. So now let's go to, well, let me briefly talk about some of these tools, because in case you are just watching the series for the first time, I will briefly talk about each tool, and then we're going to go into the tutorial. So the tools I'm using is the Nira laser, which I have a full review you can watch on my channel. And the laser goes deep into the skin to stimulate collagen to firm this area. I'm only using on my hoods, but you can use the Nira laser on the eye area. On the whole eye area, I'm only using it on the hoods. And this one is microcurrent, and is the Bear, FOREO Bear. It uses T-sonic pulsations and as well as microcurrent to help lift the muscle. So the Nira laser works on the collagen and firmness. The microcurrent is working to lift the muscle and actually lift. But again, if you're younger, just the microcurrent itself will lift your hoods. But the Nira laser really helps to tie this up, because as we get older, we end up with a little more sagging skin, thinning skin. So this really, really helps. And I'm using the Nira laser throughout the series, but usually it takes 3 months to see the full results. So you'll be right along with me as we progress. And I added the Oralift, which is a very unique tool that I also have a full review on it. I used the Oralift for 4 months straight by itself last year, and I have a whole review on it with before and afters. And I included the Oralift because the Oralift is a very unique tool that helps not just lift your face, but also helps to shift your bone structure back to where it was on a youthful position, which is a very unique thing. No other tool can do that. It has other benefits as well, but I find that using the Oralift with microcurrent really gives you an extra result, because you're already using something that helps to shift your face, this gives you a lift by itself. But using microcurrent, you're able to be more targeted on which muscles you want to lift, which is really great combination. So I definitely recommend. And the Oralift is actually having a sale coming up on March 25th. And if you guys are interested, I have a coupon code from the Oralift as well, and I'll leave all that in the description box below. And I also have a coupon code from the Nira if you're interested on it. Always the information is on the description box below. So yeah, and I'll post more information about the sale of the Oralift on my community page as well. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, so that way you can get notified of any sales, anything throughout the year. So now let's get to the tutorial, because I'm really excited to get my day started. And I love doing this in the morning because it really helps to depuff and just wake up my whole face. So hold on. Oh, I actually forgot my gel in there. So hang with me. I'm just gonna pick up another gel from here. Oops, sorry about that. I love using the Medicube gel, which is a living formula. It is on my desk right now. I totally forgot to put it on my table. But we can use this one from Even Skin, which is also a conductive gel, and it has really great ingredients, and it's also living formula, and I've shown it before on my other video. I really like this formula too, but I've been really enjoying using the Medicube. Is my favorite conductive gel because it has a lot more ingredients than this one, but this one is great too, and it doesn't give you that sticky feeling, so I definitely recommend this one as well. So we're gonna actually, so sorry guys. It's life. So sometimes things get, I forgot. We always start with the Nira. Sorry about that. It's early in the morning. Well, not early in the morning, but brain fog. Anyway, so let's start with the Nira, which is very important to always start with the Nira, because you want to make sure your skin is completely clean. There's no moisturizer, no serums, completely clean. Because with the Nira, you actually put everything, serums and creams, after. So let's start with the Nira laser. I'll press this, and this button is the power button. And I'm still on level 1. You don't really need to go that much on level. I might go to level 2 next week, but you don't really need it. I've done this, I've used the Nira before. I had my 30-day results video if you want to check it out. And I think I went up to level 2 or 3. I never went higher than that, and I still got great results. So I like to, as if you're putting mascara, I lift your face. Again, make sure, okay, this sound is when you misfire, because this is the button you press to fire. You have to make sure that it is flush to the skin before you press. There you go. And the reason that you don't put any creams or anything is that it has to be in full contact with the skin. I have a mirror in front of me, so it's always good to do it in front of the mirror. And that's it. So here. I'm doing 3 or 2 passes, but depending on your eyelid space, you can do less or more. Again, I misfire, so you do it again. But I find that I'm having more eyelid space, so I'm just gonna go like this. But you can also go, and on the first video I did like a little different. And that's it. So you don't need to do anything else because I'm not doing the underneath. But I'm going to now do the microcurrent. And to turn it off, you press and hold. There you go. So now let's do the gel. And this one is from Even Skin, and it's actually a really good conductive gel. I like to use it on my forehead. As well as on the area. And one thing about the Nira laser, guys, is I mentioned on the other videos as well, it's really good to do the microcurrent after, especially if you have a leave-in formula or serum, because it tends to dry your skin a little. So it's very important to have extra hydration when you're using the Nira laser. So I'm going to start with this eye first, and then I'm going to do the other eye. And I've been using the FOREO BEAR, but I'm going to eventually probably use the QT from my lift as well to show you different techniques with it. The BEAR, I'm using it now because it's just so easy, and as you guys can see on the before and afters, it gives you amazing results. All microcurrent tools that I have reviewed are amazing and they give great results, but the BEAR is my favorite one for the easy of use. It's so quick. But I will definitely show other techniques with other tools. I have shown so far my Lift Mini. I've shown with the Ladora, what was it? I've shown with a Ladora microcurrent tool. I've also shown with the Zip. So you can do this technique with different tools. So make sure to check out the other tutorials to see how I do it. But you can get iHood Lift with other tools as well. I'm just choosing to continue using the BEAR just because I'm just start trying another tool on my face. So for the easy of time, this is just works for my schedule now. But I will include other tools and other techniques as the series progresses, because you can use it with other tools as well. So I want to show you guys. So, oh yeah, let's start with the forehead first. Because when you lift your forehead, it's really important, because lifting your forehead, you also lift your eyebrows. So what I like to do is I like to start with the forehead until it turns it off, because again, on this series we're focusing only on the eye area. If you were doing the whole face, I have other tutorials as well, but for this I'm only using on the forehead. So I've been enjoying to do basically until it turns it off on the forehead. I do a lot of freestyle, to be honest, so a lot of times I'm doing this watching TV or watching YouTube videos, so I alternate sometimes between the forehead and this movement here, which is my favorite, when you go hook, lift, and hold. Then you slide, hook, lift, and hold. Hook, lift, and hold. Hook, lift, and hold. I find that this opens up my eyes so much. Especially having two probes, the current is actually going in between. So you're getting the lift on the eyebrow, and when I slide, you're actually getting this whole area lifted too. The other move I do is this one, when you just go underneath the brow and hold. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, which I'll mention when I do the Oralift demonstration, I'll go back to the before and after because I want to point one of the results from you guys, so you guys can see more, so you guys can see visually which kind of results I'm getting with the Oralift by combining them, because I forgot to mention when I was talking before and after. Again, it's a really quick, so you just kind of, after you're done, you just kind of rub it out. If you're using a conductive gel that requires to wash, then you wash it. But this is a leave-in formula, and you guys will see that this dries so good, like it doesn't feel sticky at all. So now I'm going to put some more, because I'm going to do the other side. I definitely suggest, if you're doing this, to use a conductive gel. You can do it with serums, microcurrent, but I like conductive gel, especially for this, because you want to slide really well. You don't want to tug the eye area. You never want to tug the eye area, especially since you're lifting. And this tutorial really helps the forehead as well with the 11s, and smooth out the forehead, because you're relaxing these muscles as you were using this. So I like going up, hold, hook, lift, and hold. Hook, lift, and hold. And as you guys can see, I do a combination of the three moves. I include forehead. The hook, lift, and hold I find that gives me the most lift, because I'm holding the muscle in the position that I want. And you guys can see right away my eyes open. So I'm alternating between those three positions until I do it basically until it turns it off. Oh, I realize I'm on level 1. Let me go to level. You can, ideally, if you're starting, you want to do level 1. If you're starting, you definitely want to start with level 3. 3 is like the minimum, or is a good level for the eye area. I do level 5 because I'm more used to the microcurrent. So as you can see, I just realized I wasn't doing level 1, which you still get results, but it's a lot more powerful if you can get to level 5, but you don't have to. If microcurrent truly is getting the muscle used to, so if you are even doing level 3, this is really important, and then you see like a trembling or shaking of the muscle, that means you're too high, so then you have to lower. Since I've been doing this for a while, I'm okay using level 5 on my eye, but I definitely suggest do level 3, and if you find any shaking, go back to level 2 or do level 1, because you can actually still get results. And as you get used to it, you can increase the level. But I find, yeah, I can see like this one is a lot more lifted because I was using level 1 on this one. I didn't notice. But that's okay. You know, since I'm doing this every day, it's no problem. You know, the muscle is still gonna get the lift. And I love this movement, guys. It's one of my favorites. And a lot of the movements I create on this tutorial is based on the muscles. And I have lots of tutorials on my channel that you can watch. I have photos of the muscle graph. And that's why I do these movements. And I adapt them from other techniques, you know. And so those are kind of movements that I do myself with the FOREO. And since I'm just kind of moving the serum out, again, with this, you don't have to wash it. So I'm just kind of moving so my eyebrows don't look crazy. There you go. And you guys can see instantly you get that open eye effect. But as you guys saw from my before and afters, as you use daily, you're training a muscle to be in that position. And within 3 months, I can go down to using maybe twice a week to keep my results. But keep in mind that I had stopped for over 2 weeks and I still had my lift. So you will have, your results are not going to disappear right away if you stop using, but just like exercise, you have to keep using it to keep your results. So especially with microcurrent within the first 3 months, but once the muscle is already trained on that position, you are okay doing twice a week. But in the beginning, the bear is best to use it, usually. In the beginning, as you're starting out, the bear is best to use daily, which is so quick as you guys saw, that is no problem whatsoever. and I can do with my eyes closed. And I have, if you want to do the whole face, I have other tutorials, and I always leave the link on the description box below of my bear playlist, because I have so many tutorials with it, and you guys can see my before and afters from when I just used the bear, and it's one of my favorite devices because it's so easy to use and you get amazing results. So now let me go back to the before and after really quickly before I go into the chat. Oh, let me just answer one really quick question, because just talking about the tutorial. What do you mean by hook? I mean by the hook, V, is that you go here, see the eyebrow? I mean, now I took the gel out. But as you're sliding, you're hooking into the eyebrow here. Lift. So that's what I mean. Hook, lift, and hold. Because you're hooking onto right here underneath the brow. And then you slide to the middle. Hook, like, because it's kind of like a hook. You hook in the eyebrow, lift, and hold. And then you go here into the middle. Hook, lift, and hold. And I'm answering a chat question. What did they mean by hook? So that's what I mean. And if you have any more questions, make sure to comment in the chat and I'll answer at the end of the video as well. But that's a great question. If I wasn't clear on any of the instructions, always make sure to comment and I always clarify. And I also have a whole series on this. So I have been doing this tutorial for a while. So you can also refer to the other videos if anything is not clear. But I'm here every week for you guys on this live so I can answer all your questions. And we can do it together. If you have the tools, you can actually do it with me. And, you know, we can get the same results. So I love if you guys can go join the challenge with me and tell me about your results. I've been getting great comments from you guys saying that you're getting great results. So that makes me so happy because you motivate me the same way that I hope I motivate you. So I'm going to show my before and afters really, really quick. And then I'm going to go into the chat, answer all your questions. So make sure if you're joining in, put your questions on the chat, and I'm very, very shortly going to go into the chat to answer all your questions. I want to show my before and after again, just because I want to mention the results that you can get from the Oralift that I'm starting to notice more this week, because I've been using already, you know, for, 6 weeks, going to be almost, over a month now using the Oralift. The Oralift, you see the results truthfully after 4 months, but you already kind of see a difference. And that's why I want to go back to the before and after from week 1 to now entering week 6. So this is the, 6 weeks kind of, because we're entering week 6. Results. You can see that my face is a lot more wider, and and now my face is becoming a little more triangled. And again, it's not changing my face shape, guys. I just want to clarify that my face truly is more triangle. And on my 4-month results of the Oralift, I actually have shown a photo from 10 years ago that my face shape is more like what is looking now and not so square. Because as we get older, and again, we lose muscle, you lose bone mass too, so our faces start getting a little more wide. So the Oralift helps to go back to the triangle that we had. But I mean, depending on what it was, it doesn't really change your face shape, but it kind of goes back to what it was. It's really, really amazing. So I wanted to show you the difference, especially if you look from compared to last week. You can see my face is already on the triangle shape. And now if you compare to week 1, you can see my face is a lot more square. I know it's a little more zoomed in, but I wanted to show you, if you pay attention to the jawline, that's what I mean. So the jawline is a lot more square on when I first started. And now my face from using the Oralift is a lot more triangle, which is a lot more youthful. And if you look at my 4-month results of the Oralift, I showed my 10 years ago before and after, and you can see that's how my face was shaped. So it's the only tool that will get you that, especially if you are somebody older and you're not getting results from microcurrent. It's probably because, again, our bones structure switches, shifts, and we lose the bone and we lose the muscle mass and we lose the fat pads. So a lot of times with microcurrent can definitely help lift the muscle. But if there's no bone or collagen, it's going to be harder to really get the very awesome lift. But using the Oralift really helps because you're getting your bones shifted back because it creates a space in between here. And watch the Oralift video because I go into more details of what it does, but basically and I'll show the tutorial of it right now, and that's what I'm mentioning. You put it inside your mouth, and I'll show really briefly. And then you do this O position, and you usually start about 5 minutes. And that's how I started with 5. Actually, I started with 3 minutes first, and then I went to 5. And now I'm doing 8. So you start slow, but you can get up to 1 hour morning and night every third day, which is great because it's so easy to, incorporate. And even last night when I woke up this morning, I'm not having a pain that I usually have. I have very bad TMJ, and this can also help with TMJ pain. So using the Oralift has really helped me not just get back into my original face shape from 10 years ago, which already makes you look more youthful, but also has really helped with my TMJ, which I wake up in the morning, I grind my teeth. So if you're a teeth grinder, this really helps. You do not use in the evening. I want to clarify because I know it can get confusing. You only use it during the day, morning and night, every third day for, 3 minutes up to 1 hour. And then as you progress, you use it for 4 months, and then you stop 4 months. So you don't have to use this for more than 4 months, and then you wait 4 months, and then you start again. So it is sort of like a lifestyle, and really helps with other things besides facelifting. It helps with your TMJ, even posture. So watch the video, because last time that I used the Oralift, I was consistent, but I also, went through some health things, so I wasn't being as consistent. So this time I'm excited to be more consistent with the Oralift and combine with microcurrent, so I can show you which kind of results you can get. But even though I wasn't as consistent towards the end of the Oralift, I still got pretty amazing results. So definitely check that video out so you can understand. On that video, I show so many photos. Can be a little confusing because I show them all next to each other. But if you watch the 2-month Oralift, which you can only see how I started in the 2-month, you're going to see, clearly a change. But make sure if you watch the 4-month video, watch until the end, because I show so many before and afters. A lot of people don't, and there's timestamps on that video too. A lot of people just watch the first ones, which is all the 4 months next to each other, and they don't see the difference because, again, I'm putting every month, so it's a subtle difference every month. But watch until the end of the video, because at the end of the video, I show my 10-year photo compared to when I stopped the Oralift, and it's pretty remarkable that basically make my face look 10 years like it was 10 years. So it's a pretty unique tool, and it's great to combine with other tools. So that's why I mentioned to you guys, because right away I'm noticing my face getting back to shape, and it was so much more square, and just this shape is already more youthful. And adding the microcurrent to really target each area and lift other areas, really, really helpful. So yeah, but I'm not doing microcurrent on the rest of my face. I'm only doing microcurrent right now on my eyes, so we can continue this series and showing different techniques so you can get amazing results. So yeah, so that's basically all the information I wanted to give you for today. So I'm going to continue next week using the Bear, using the Oralift, and using the Nira laser. Sorry. And using the Nira laser, and then I'll come back next week so we can do the live and I can continue showing my progress. And as this progresses, I will include other tools and other techniques, which I have done from the beginning. So if you want to watch other different techniques or different tools, make sure you check the playlist from this series that I showed with other microcurrent tools. And I'll introduce more as the weeks progress. I'm just staying another week with the Bear, just because I just start testing another tool on the rest of my face. I just start testing the Medicube Ulcera. Oh my god, guys, so good. But I only use it twice so far, so I'm gonna have a video 30 days from now. But the Ulcera I'm not using on my eye area, I'm only using on the rest of my face and neck. So in 30 days I'll have a video on that, showing techniques and showing my results. But the microcurrent I'm only using on the eye area, actually hood and then forehead. So that way we can isolate the results. And on my YouTube channel, I like to show you results very consistent with each tool. So that way I'm using only that tool, so you can really see which kind of results you can get with that tool. And make sure you check on the timestamps below to jump anywhere in the video, and also check the affiliate links as well as the coupon codes that I have in the description box to help you save some money and also really help support my channel. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. I hope you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you next time. And now I'm gonna go into the chat to hang out with you guys a little bit, answer your questions. So thanks so much for guys for being here. Make sure you put your questions on the chat if you like to answer more questions. So let's see here. Hi V, thank you so much for being here. So I answered your question. Make sure you comment if I answer your question if you have. Oh yeah, she did say thank you. With the hook. So Via asked the question about the hook when I was doing the tutorial. So that's what I meant about the hook, to hook up on your eyebrow, hold and lift and hold. So I'm glad I was able to answer your question. Sarah said, how do you keep the bear on all the time? I actually have a video talking about a hack I have with the bear, but the interesting thing is that you have to have the bear basically. Right now, honestly, I'm not using the bear with the app. And what happened, I don't have my bear mini. Oh, do I have my bear mini? No, I don't have my bear mini here, but I have, I'm going to put on the description box below, Sarah, is a short that I have done with the bear mini showing a hack on how to get that done. So basically, this one is not going to work because I haven't updated this bear. This is still sort of not updated with the app because I like using the bear with my own techniques. I don't usually use the bear with the app. I'm going to soon because the bear app has done so many updates since they started. When they started, they had very limited videos and tutorials. That's why I created my own, and all the techniques I show on my videos are techniques I created on my own, again based on the muscle structure and other tools that I've done. And I actually am certified on a Myolift Mini as well, so that helped me learn the muscle structure and learn more about microcurrent. So that's why I created my own tutorials, because originally the bear app was horrible. I did not use it at all. I mean, I used it for the first bear video I did, but since then they really improved it. They add more tutorials. They even add advanced features on the bear that you can make it stronger. Just so you guys know, I'm using the bear on the basic mode because I'm not syncing to the app yet. I want to sync into the app and do a tutorial for you guys, but I haven't. And that's why my bear is on all the time, because the new update is what made the bear only turn it on when you touch your face, which I kind of don't like it. But my mini, I sync the mini to the bear app, and that's what happened. My mini now only turns on when I touch my face. And the hack for that, which I don't have the mini here, but I'll show you really quick, Sarah, is you actually put the serum into the bear probes as well as in your face, and that makes the bear on. Or also make sure your face is always very moist, and that way we keep the bear on. But in a nutshell, if you have, I don't have the bear mini, but that one is syncing to the app. And on the short that I created, I showed the hack, and I showed the bear mini on. That doesn't turn on, and as soon as you put the gel on it, it keeps it on all the time. And also make sure that your face or the area that you're using the microcurrent is also saturated with the gel. And that's why I suggest to get a microcurrent gel, or you can even get an ultrasound gel, which I think I used on the short. Ultrasound gels are cheaper, but the problem with ultrasound gels is that they don't really offer any benefit, and microcurrent itself helps to push the ingredients deeper. So if you use a microcurrent gel with lots of great ingredients, or a good serum with great ingredients, the microcurrent helps to push those ingredients deeper. So using with ultrasound gel doesn't really give you any extra benefits, but you can. So in case you want to do this hack, maybe just use the ultrasound gel just on the probes as a hack, and then use a good serum on your face. You can do that too. So I'll put that short at the end of this video when I'm done. I always put a list of all the videos and all the things I talk about on the video on the description box, and then you can click and see how I did it, and I show a little tutorial as well. But in a nutshell, that's what you do. I hope they change that in a future update. FOREO is always trying to make their tools better, but I don't like that feature because I really like having it on all the time. That is just a preference, but they made it in a way that the ultrasonic pulsations only turn on when you touch the skin. But if you put the gel into the probes and gel on your face, it will be on all the time, just like in my tutorials. But this one is on all the time mostly because I haven't updated. It's still the basic one without the app. But my mini is updated, and the hack works. So you can use the hack for your bear, and and it will keep it on all the time. But I will have a video on the bear in the future using the new app features. There's different tutorials which I haven't actually checked out yet, and that's why I will be updating this once I log in into the app. Is going to automatically update it, and that is really cool that they keep updating. So even though it is a feature that I don't like, because I like having the T-Sonics on at all time, not just when I'm touching the skin, it's still a way that they're always improving their products, which is really cool. So the app has updates your bear when you log in. That's why my Bear Mini got updated, and now it does exactly what everybody's bear do, which is only turns it on when you touch the skin. But this is a workaround. But we can try emailing FOREO to go back to the feature, because I don't see a point of turning off the T-Sonic unless it's on. It's a little annoying. But rest assured, the microcurrent itself is always on. It's just that you don't feel it. But the T-Sonic is what is the update version, which has been updated for a while, that you have to touch your skin in order to turn it on. But this is a little workaround that you can do that will work for you. So let me know. I don't need dish. Everything's falling off of my table today. But definitely let me know if I answer your questions, and check the video if it's easier for you to take a look. And I will, you know, since my bear is not updated, it's not going to show. But on that video, you can definitely see. And I'll put that on the description box below. And let me see. Sarah has another question here. The Oralift keeps pop out of my mouth. It does not sit on the bottom teeth. I already shaped the Oralift twice. Okay, let me see here if I can help you with that. Because the Oralift itself, Sarah, it's not, I mean, you shape to your teeth, so it kind of hovers on top, but it's not necessarily like a retainer or a mold. Let me put it on just so you can see. It doesn't really like stay super, but the whole point of the Oralift is to for the top teeth not to touch the bottom, this bottom thing here. And in the beginning, it will touch. How long it's been, can you put it on the description, how long it's been since you started? Because especially as you start the Oralift, it is very common to kind of bob it around because we're not used to the feeling and there's not enough space. Like right now, like when I do it, like I don't, that's why also there's a touch test on the app that you first start touching it, and then you, every time it touches it, it's okay. In the beginning, it will actually touch. So that is completely normal, and that's why they have in the app a touch test that you put the timer and you do the touch test, and then you record the touch test. Because that kind of tells you, especially that one kind of tells you how many minutes you should use. So check out on the bear instruction, on the Oralift instructions, and use it with the app. The app is a really good app to keep you on track, and if you have any questions, you can always ask them as well. But the touch test will help with that, because as soon as you are putting it on, whenever it's touching it, you press it, and then kind of gives you a number, and you know, in a minute. But in the beginning, it will touch and it will bob. It will feel not very natural, but as time progresses, and it's actually going to get it doesn't take that long as you start using it, you will not have it touch it anymore. So when you put it on the bottom, it stays there, but in the beginning when I did, it kind of did a little I felt like it was bobbing. But one thing you have to pay attention is, let me show you mine. Make sure also is very important, which I will do a fitting video as well. Does your plastic here, does it look like a pancake? Like, is it too on the side here? Because that is something when I did the fitting, and I even talked about on the 5 tips how to get the best results with Oralift, because when I first did it, I actually had to mold it twice. One of mine, I bit too hard. You don't have to bit too hard. Like when you're molding it, you put it on and you just kind of close it to get the mold. When I did it, I did like that. I don't know if I have, because that was the first one that I molded. Oh yeah, I have it here, which it's okay, but it was a lot more pancaked. Let me show you this one, because when we're first molding the Oralift, we first do the 5mm and we start with the 3mm. So we just first do the pink one, but we actually start using the purple one. I'm talking for people that are using the Oralift. And you can see here clearly I bit the crap out of it. Like I bit too hard. You can see, because it was the first time I was fitting, compared to this one. Okay, let me see. That I just bit normally. And this one, you can see that I bit so hard that almost popped out. But then I remolded, and when I put it back on my mouth, I did this. And also this. And I was able to get it back to, you know, more of an okay position. But you can see one is still a little more pancake than the other, but it's still okay to use. But this one, I didn't bit as hard. And you can see it's not, I call pancake because you can see here. So let me know, Sarah, if when you bit the Oralift, if you have a lot space here. So you might have bit it too hard, and there's still a way to fix it. So let me know in the comment below if you, I mean on the chat, if yours is super bitten, like a pancake, because that could be too. That could be that you need to shape it like this, like you put it in the hot water and you just do this gently. And by the way, guys, and this is for people that bought the Oralift, if for any reason you made any mistakes during your fitting, or, you know, like Sarah, if yours is really pancake, or for any reason you accidentally make this thing popped out, which is really hard to happen, but, you know, it could happen. Which I'll definitely do a fitting video because I want to share that experience with you guys, because I did bit too hard first time. But because you can fix it, it's not a problem. But if for any reason, Sarah, when you did the Oralift, you bit too hard and this thing is like too wide, could be that's why it's popping from your mouth, contact them, because they actually can send you a new one to remold. If you know, they will do probably a Zoom video with you and try to help you, which is really cool, and that is free. They do offer like a 1-year support as well that you can pay, but that for the fitting itself is actually free. So you can also reach out to them directly and tell about the problem. And they're very, very nice. They will do a Zoom with you and actually sit with you as you're doing the molding. And, you know, they did with me. They helped me with when I messed it up. And I mean, there's a video online, but they actually will meet with you. And if for any reason your device, you know, like you cannot remold or anything, they will send you a new one for free, because, you know, if there's any problems with the molding. So it's very safe to do the molding. It's pretty easy, but for any reason anything wrong happens, they're really cool about that. And you can get that free Zoom meeting by contacting them through the app. Just contact them, email them, and they will reply to you. Or if you have any problems with that, contact me and I'll help you get in contact with them. But normally they offer that for anybody. If you're doing the molding and there's, you know, irreparable damage, which is very rare, but again, anything can happen. But when I first molded, I had this situation happen, which was very easily fixed. So this still works. And then when I did the second time, you can see I didn't bite as hard and I have no problem. But this one doesn't bob for my teeth. So in the beginning, it could be just because you're not used to it. And as you progress using the Oralift every 3 days, morning and night, this space is going to start getting bigger. And you will see that it will not bob anymore. Because in the beginning, also, it felt like it was a little loose on my mouth because you're not used to the feeling. And that's why I could only have it for like 3 minutes. So don't feel like you have to have it for an hour. More is not better, especially with the Oralift. I started with 3 minutes, and I was 3 minutes for the longest time because I have really bad TMJ, like really bad, to the point that I actually crack my teeth from grinding at night, TMJ and grinding. Like I have actually cracks on my teeth. They call crazed lines from extremely cracking. So this actually saved me a lot of problems with my teeth for dentists because I stopped grinding when I use this and I stopped with my TMJ. So it is done by a dentist. I really recommend you use it and contact them if you're still having trouble, but try to use it and slowly increase the minutes that you use. But you can start as little as 3 minutes, morning and night, every 3 days. And that's what I did. And for the longest time, I was like, and then I increased to 5. And then I think the most I've used from the photos you saw, I think was 15 minutes. I never got to an hour and I still got results. So that is really important. So let me know. I'm going to look at your other answers here. And then I can help you out. But you can also always reach out to me at BrazilianGirl@gmail.com, BrazilianGirlChannel@gmail.com, and you can directly reach out to me, Sarah, and I'll help you as well. But definitely try it out. And if you feel like you bit too hard, you know, they will help you out in a Zoom. And if they can't fix it, they'll send you a new one. So they're really good about that. They're very good with customer service. So yeah, let me look at your other questions. Let me see, and then I'll get to your other questions. Marie Chirello. that thing electrocuted my face. It hurts. Really? I keep hearing that. Which you mean the Bear or which other device? Because the Bear, I don't feel like maybe the updated version has done something. Because I keep getting questions about that. And I've used the new face, guys. The new face zip my face a lot. The new face, I could actually sometimes even like feel like the current just kind of zip me. The Bear has an anti-zap feature. I never got zapped with the Bear. So I keep getting those comments. So I wonder if, let me know, Marie, if you're using enough conductive gel, making sure your skin is always like drenched, because a lot of times that is with any microcurrent device, that can be the MyoLift or anything. If you don't have enough conductivity, sometimes the current can bounce off your face and you can feel. Or I wonder if the zap is a twitch. So can you clarify that on the chat? Because then I can try to help you specifically. If you feel a twitch when you're using the Bear or any other microcurrent, that means it's too high, so lower the level. But I haven't felt like any pain or any discomfort with the Bear, and I've been using it for years now. But I'm gonna be using the app and the new update, and I'll come back and let you guys know, because I get this question lately a lot. So I wonder if there's anything on the update from the app that made it, give any feeling, because microcurrent should not actually feel anything. What you really feel when you're using the Bear is the T-sonic pulsations, and I've used it for years and I never had any problems or any pain. Also, Marie, answer on the questions if you have any dental work as well. Let me know if you have dental work, if you're not using enough gel, or if you have using with the advanced feature, because I have not used the advanced feature from the app since I'm not synced with the app. So I wonder, answer those 3 questions for me, and then I'll go back into the chat and we can continue this conversation, because I keep getting the same question, and honestly, I don't feel any pain. And I've been using on my eye area, which is more delicate. If I am to feel something painful, it will definitely be on the eye area. So I haven't experienced that. But again, I haven't updated the Bear with the app, so I wonder if there's anything with the new update. So I will for sure update my Bear with the app and then get back to you on that. But answer those questions below, and then I will continue. So make sure you answer the questions. If you have any dental work, and in that case, anybody has a dental work doing microcurrent, sometimes you can feel some sensitivity because a lot of dental work is metal, and metal conducts. So a work around that is to put your tongue on the dental work. You can still use microcurrent, it's okay, but it might be more sensitive on the area. If you have dental work or anything, you can just put your teeth on them, your tongue on it, and that should be fine. Or another thing that I don't know many people know, make sure you're not wearing any jewelry when you're doing microcurrent. No rings, no nose rings, nothing on your, no necklace, because microcurrent also conducts. So I wonder if the people that are feeling any weirdness are using jewelry. So also check for that. But I will continue. Oh, I feel it hurts. Oh, okay. So please answer below, Marie, if you have dental work, if you're using with conductivity gel, or if you're using with jewelry. And if, and then I can continue helping with that, because I feel like I've been getting some of these questions lately, but I personally have not felt that. I bite a lot during the shape. Yes, Sarah. So if you did bite too hard, like I mentioned, and it pancaked out, then contact them, because they can actually go on a Zoom with you and help you. It's really easy. You will not have to remold it on your face, on your mouth. You will have to put but I would rather they do with you in the Zoom, because if anything like pops out, they can send you a new one for free. I mean, as part of, the service they're doing for you. So what I think they would do is probably have you put it on the hot water again, take it out, and just do this. I'm just kind of showing you, but definitely contact them and do this after you get out of the hot water, just so it doesn't, which that's exactly what I did. Mine was super splashed. You can still see a little bit still, but it basically went back, reshaped it, and it's fine. When I use it, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't bob out. But it's okay to, Sarah, and answer below how long you've been using the Oralift, because in the beginning it will feel like, it will touch the top. The whole goal is for the top teeth to not touch the bottom teeth, this panel, but it will in the beginning, because the whole point of using the Oralift is that you're creating that space. In the beginning, you will not have that space. You'll definitely be touching the whole time. It will be bobbing. And that's why start slow. If you can do it for 3 minutes, it's great. If you can do it for 2 minutes, it's great. And then increase it as you get used to it. And we'll get used to it. We'll get to a point that doesn't matter if it's pancake out or, I mean, I don't know the degree that you bit, if you bit too hard. But even if it's a little more, like mine is still a little, you know, more than this one, you know, this one is a little more splashed than this one. And I can still use it. So it doesn't bob out because now I already have that. The space has been created and, you know, it's getting increased as you use it, but definitely let me know if you just start using it. Also could be because you just start using, but contact them and schedule a Zoom if you need to reshape it and they will help you out. They're very nice about that. Yes, so the bear. Marie, she said it's like the new face. Yeah, the new face, it was super zappy. And I even felt like it caused me, like the new face, caused me a you know, those broken capillaries, because one time I was doing the new face and I used the new face years ago. And I'll maybe make a video about it in the future, but I like the results of the new face. But the problem with the new face that I talk about all the time is that I don't know the newer, they just came up with a new one. I haven't tried that one, but the original one, you get the results, but when you stop using it, like I lost my results really quickly because I got pregnant at the time I was using the new face, and within 2 weeks, all my results were gone. And when I was using the Bear consistently, I was using the new face for like a whole year, and then I stopped for 2 weeks and I lost my results, so that made me really upset. And when I was using the Bear, I used the Bear for like 2 months or something, and then I had COVID and I didn't use for like 2 months. And I still had my lift. And I talk about this on my video that I talk about my results and updates, my health updates when I had the vid. And this, after you use it for a while, the results are really long lasting, more long lasting than the Bear, than the new face, because they do use different types of microcurrents. The new face uses galvanic, and this one uses a different type of current. So they are microcurrent, but they're not the same. And also I find that the T-Sonic really helped to give it extra, but I prefer the Bear from the new face. I haven't tried the new one. The new one, I don't know if it's a different technology, but the old one zapped me so bad that I feel like it gave me broken capillaries around my nose that I didn't have it at the time, because I could like feel the zaps here. I have never gotten broken capillaries from the Bear or any other microcurrent, but the new face, I would literally feel the zaps and the pain. But the Bear has an anti-zap feature, so I'm really interested to see, you know, your other answers. Oh, maybe I'm not using enough. Yes, maybe you're not using enough conductivity, because that is also important, because sometimes the current can bounce off your skin. So make sure, even ideally, even better, I have a whole video talking about, I have a whole video with 6 tips on how to get the best results from microcurrent, and I also have a Bear tips also. Marie, make sure you check out my Bear tips. My FOREO Bear tips, I have, I think, 5 or 6 Bear tips. They are specifically for the Bear. And I'll put that in the description box below. That video is really good because I talk about all different ways that you can actually use the Bear. And I show on the video, like with different conductivity gel, serum, or both. So for you, I suggest use it with both. And I even mentioned in the video by putting serum underneath and then the microcurrent gel on top. And also spray it with water. So watch that video because I show the techniques and I show the tips on the video, like as part of the tutorial, so that will be more clear for you. So make sure you watch. It's called 6 FOREO Bear tips. I think it's called 6 FOREO Bear tips. I'll put it at the end of when I'm done with the live, I'll put it at the description box. So make sure you check out the video and see if those tips help you and to feel better. And I'll definitely update you when I update my Bear. It zaps and twitches and I don't know how to lower it. Okay, so that could be too, because what I keep hearing from people is that they're getting zaps. But I'm wondering if the zaps they're talking about is actually your muscle twitching. When your muscle twitches, it means it's too high. And the way to lower is like you have the Bear here. You just press this button here. See, now it's 1. If you press it again, 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and if you press it again, it goes back to 1. And to turn off the T-Sonic, you press it twice, which also is something to check out if you are not getting the two sonic pulsations, it might be off. To turn it on, you just press it twice, like that. And to turn the levels up and down, you just press it once, like that. So that indicates I have 5 levels. And you press and hold to turn it off. So hopefully this helps you, Marie, because if it's twitching, the zap could be part of the twitch. It means that your muscle is not used to the current, so you need to go lower, because microcurrent should never feel any pain, or twitch is not good. Actually, it depletes the ATP, which microcurrent creates ATP, which is the energy of the cells. So you do not want any twitching in microcurrent. That means it's too high. So lower doesn't mean you can never increase it. That means you just need to take your time increasing it. So definitely lower, and hopefully that, was clear for you how to lower. And you can lower the actual strength on the app as well, but I have not using the app, so this is how you can just do it manually. And I love using manually. I really need to get more familiar with the app, and I will definitely do a whole video on the app. So you said you have no dental work. Okay, so definitely could be. And you wear gold earrings and necklaces. So yeah, so make sure, which I will do another tips on microcurrent, because I'm wondering if people that are having the zaps are wearing rings and necklaces, because you are using something electrical. So it is very important. I mean, it's not going to electrocute you, but it could be causing those zaps if you are using with rings and any jewelry. So whenever you do microcurrent, which is always on the instruction of microcurrents, but I don't think people pay attention to that, make sure you take off your rings and necklaces, because it can actually conduct the current. It's not going to electrocute you. It's not unsafe, but it could be causing those zaps. So I'm wondering. So definitely, Marie, do me a favor and do that. Do the microcurrent without the rings. Watch the FOREO tips video. Do those tips, and then let me know if you're still feeling the zaps. And lower the current. And let me know if you still feel the zaps, because I'm wondering, we can get to the bottom of this together, because it could be that you're not using enough gel. It could be that you're using your rings. So try doing all that, and then keep me posted. I have this live every week, and then come back and let me know, or comment in the video. I'm very curious to know if that helped you. If it didn't, then I'm going to investigate further when I update my FOREO. But so far, I have not felt anything. The part that stays behind my front teeth keep going down, at the bottom part going up. The part that stays behind my front teeth keep going down, and the bottom part going up. Let's see. Let me see. Sorry, because as I'm trying to understand, by showing. I'm wondering too, Sarah, when you did the molding, did you put these behind your front teeth, or like this front part here? This front part, did you put this when you were molding behind your front teeth or in front of it? Because it goes behind. Did you put it here? Please answer that on the comments, and we can kind of troubleshoot you here. Because when you're doing the molding, I'm definitely going to do a molding video, because it is not complicated, but I can see how it can be tricky if you're not watching a video, or if you're just reading the instructions, because they do also have Oralift molding video, which she talks about everything I'm talking about right now. I'll put that video for the molding on the description box below, in case you are having the same problem, or are you curious about how to do the molding. They have their own video, and they also offer to do the molding over Zoom with you if people are not comfortable doing them by themselves. But I can see how that can be tricky. So Sarah, let me know if when you did the molding, did you put this part here in here and not in front? Because this should be into the back, like that. And that's actually how I did the molding, right? So I will do a little quick molding tutorial. I, took out of the water when it was hot, which I will do one. Me doing another molding video, I will have to basically remold my Oralift, because it comes in one block, but mine is already molded, so that's why it's not going to be as accurate. I wonder if they will send me. I'll try to reach out to them if they can send me a regular one so I can do the video. I'll reach out to them. That's why I haven't done the video yet, because I don't know if I'm doing remolding on something that's already molded would be as accurate. But what I did on the molding is you put in the hot water, you put some Vaseline on your finger so it doesn't touch, because it gets hot, but it's not like super piping hot. But what the hot water does is makes this dental, you know, device more malleable, so this part can be molded. So I picked it up, put it in my mouth, and then I put this part here in the back on my front teeth, and I pressed it, these 2 yoga blocks, into my back teeth, and then I closed my mouth, which I'm gonna do it right now. So let me know, Sarah, if this is how you did it. So you take it out, put it back. And then I gently bit, because when I first did this one, I bit like there was no tomorrow. You don't need to bit so hard. You can just close, actually you can just close it so it molds, and then you take it, you know, take it off. I mean, spin for a second, and it's also good to do this. In case that happens, in case you bit too hard, this is a good thing to do, because it kind of, again, this is very malleable as you're doing this. And then that kind of makes sure that it's not pancaked, you know. That's the instructions to the T, but they have a whole video doing it as well. But let me know if you did that. If you put this behind the front teeth, or did you put it like that? And then you press it into the front teeth. Because that's what I wonder, that could be, you know, why it's bobbing. So let me know on the chat, and I will go back to it, okay? But definitely contact them if any of my, you know, the things I'm talking about happen, because they can redo it or send you a new one to remold. They're very nice people, and that will help you. But definitely answer on the chat, and I'll get back to it. And the end of the Oralift touch the top teeth. Yeah, the end of the Oralift will touch the top teeth. That is okay, because you're just starting. The whole goal is that it's not going to touch it eventually as you create that space. Because in the beginning, even when I did mine, I was like, again, I couldn't do more than 3 minutes. No more than 3 minutes, because I felt actual, like, my lips were trembling, because I have very bad TMJ, to the point that my TMJ meant my muscles were super, super rigid and hard. And from many, you know, I'm 45, from many, many years, probably decades of horrible grinding in TMJ. Like I mentioned, I literally broke my front teeth. It's cracked, like you can see it, but if you look closely, there's like crack lines and here. So this has helped me. But in the beginning, it did touch. It is okay to touch in the beginning, because the whole point, as you start using it, it's going to create that space, and it's going to stop touching it. So that is okay. But my question to you is, if this part here, if you put this front part in the back of the front teeth, and the yoga blocks into your back teeth like this. And over here, okay. So let me know, okay, on the comments. So yeah. Yes, so definitely check out, Marie, the bear tips video, because it gives you a lot of tips of other ways that you can use your bear. And I've been using the bears for so long, and I love sharing those tips with you guys. That way you can get even better results and even more use of the bear. And if that doesn't work, or taking your rings out doesn't work, please comment and update me, because I want to get to the bottom of that, because I get people commenting all the time, it's zapping me, it's hurting, like it's not supposed to hurt. And I don't feel that, and I've been using for so long, so I want to help you guys out to figure out why. So help me out, Marie, and let me know, okay? You're very welcome. I'm here to help you. Hi, RS, good to see you. Thank you for being here. What is the difference between the bear and the Microlift? Basically, microcurrent is not all the same, and I actually am certified on the Microlift, and I can tell you for sure, microcurrent is not all the same, but there is different, well, the way you measure microcurrent, just in a nutshell, to be very simple, is from strength and also waveform. Waveform, if you watch my zip video, I actually show a little bit of the waveform, which basically means like, you know, wiggly lines. Some are like this, some are like this. You know, for example, the new face is like that. It's like square. You know, and each of the waveform addresses different thing on your skin, because it's not just how strong the current is, but how the current is applied to the muscle. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's not that complicated, but I can do a video for you guys to explain. But that is in a nutshell, the difference is strength and the waveform. So the bear has a waveform that is like that, which is a waveform specifically for lifting. And the bear also has T-sonic pulsations. So including the T-sonic pulsations with microcurrent helps to relax the muscle. And actually, honestly, I find it gives you the best lift, because the muscle, when it's relaxed, it also helps with fascia release, which I have a very good friend that has a great video on fascia release. It's AlohaJenn Beauty blog, and I'll put her video in the description box too. She's a esthetician. She talks a lot about fascia, and fascia can actually get you better results in microcurrent, because fascia is like a little web that is between the muscle and your skin. So having the bear with the T-sonic pulsation, which is basically a massage, you're relaxing that web and helping the muscle to lift better, because a lot of times the muscle may be tense, but that web might be, it's like a little, almost like a jelly thing in between the muscle and your skin. So if that is also not, not released, you're not going to get the best lift. So fascia is really interesting effect. Sorry, I'm kind of derailed, but I'm just explaining, how the bear is effective, because it can actually help to release the fascia, help relax the muscle, and lift. It only has one type of waveform, which is for lifting, and is like that, if you watch my zip video, I show some waveforms, and I actually show like a graph talking about what each waveform do, because the zip actually has so many waveforms, and that's why the zip device gives you different effects, not just for lifting, but also helps plumping the skin, helps with wrinkles. So the zip is is the only microcurrent device that has like so many waveforms and treatments, because it uses not just microcurrent, also uses nanocurrent, and also uses all the waveforms available for the current. So depending on how the current enter your skin, it will address different things. So the bear only has a lifting waveform that helps to lift the muscle, but because it has the T-sonic pulsations, it helps to release the muscle, release the fascia, and gives you an even better lift. So that's the bear. The MyoLift Mini uses two different waveforms. It uses a waveform for lifting, and also has a waveform for wrinkles, which similar to the zip, but the zip has a different waveform for wrinkles because it also has for plumping. But the MyoLift also has one waveform for lifting and one waveform for wrinkle release, which is different. Basically, one elongates the muscle and the other one shortens the muscle. So that is how the waveform affects the current. And the MyoLift goes up to 400. This one has a different measurement, but this one is pretty strong as far as current, but the MyoLift is stronger. And the MyoLift Mini, or the QT, the MyoLift Mini is usually actually even used by estheticians. Is one of, if I am to like rank, and which I will do a ranking video, the bear is number one because it's so easy, quick, and if you see my before and afters, I get quick and long-lasting results. The zip is my second favorite because the zip has so many different waveforms and is so advanced, and I love that it actually helps the skin and not just the muscle, which all microcurrents help with the muscle, not your skin. So if you have, I'm kind of inserting the zip here on the comparison, because people get confused with that too. So the zip, it works for the skin and the muscle because it has different waveforms. The bear only has one waveform, T-sonic, so it's just for lifting. The MyoLift Mini has one waveform for lifting, can go to 400 microamps, so it's really strong, but also has a waveform for wrinkle release. So the MyoLift Mini helps to shorten the muscle and to elongate the muscle, which helps to release the wrinkles. I do find that the bear helps with wrinkle release, mostly I think because of the T-sonic, because when you relax the muscle, you kind of relax the wrinkle. So I find that the bear does help with wrinkle too, even though it doesn't have that waveform. Just as a side note, for my experience using it, especially on my forehead, I find that it really helps with my 11 when I'm using the bear. But the MyoLift Mini has a specific waveform for wrinkle release and one for lifting. The difference also is that the MyoLift Mini has 2 probes, so it's a little more similar to what you get on an esthetician office, and it has a little bigger of a learning curve, which I'll probably do another video on the MyoLift Mini because I get a lot of people telling me I'm not getting results, and that is also because MyoLift Mini requires technique. So if you're not using the right technique, or not holding enough, or not getting into the belly of the muscle, and that is my MyoLift Mini that I'm talking about, then you're not going to get results. So I might do another video on the MyoLift Mini titled Why You're Not Getting Results with the MyoLift Mini, because I'm getting so many comments about it. It does work, but it does require a steeper learning curve. And also you have to use 30 minutes 3 times a week for at least 3 months, and then you can go to once a week. In the Bear, you have to use it daily for 2 to 3 months, or until you get your results, and then you can use a couple times a week. So that is also a difference between the two. The MyoLift QT Plus, which I'll probably have as part of this series as well, they just have an app, the update. So honestly, I didn't like the original app before. It wasn't that user-friendly, so I wasn't using as much. But the QT is really nice because it's a version of the MyoLift Mini that is only with, easier to maneuver, because it's only, 2 little probes that you move, just like similar to the Bear. But I still like the Bear better. That one has the wrinkle release as well as the lifting, and they just did an update on the app. I haven't had time to learn it, and that's why I haven't shown a tutorial on this series, but I will. I'm just busy right now, but I'm gonna learn it and probably include a tutorial on this series. So if you wanna, watch out for it, make sure you get the notifications when I post that, and then I'll have the eye hood lifting with the QT as well to show you the technique. But I prefer personally the MyoLift Mini if you are to get something like that, because of the 2 probes. And also I find that it works really well with the Bear, because the Bear, it's something I can use, easier, like quicker, and then do a deep, that's a good way that when I was using both, use the Bear more often and use the MyoLift Mini like once a week as a deep treatment. You can get good results like that. So I feel like it goes really well with to have both. The QT is easy for travel, but again, you can use it with the app or without the app, but you still have to sync with the app and learn, the moves. So it's less of a learning curve, but I don't know why. I like the Mini better. That's just my preference. And I talk about the MyoLift Mini techniques for the eye lifting on, I think, the first video of the series. So make sure you check the playlist RS for the series. That way you can see me doing the tutorial with the MyoLift Mini. But for sure, yeah, the main difference, I guess, sorry, it was a long answer, but I guess the main difference is they use different currents and different waveforms. The Bear is for lifting with T-sonic pulsations. The MyoLift, both MyoLifts use lifting, but also has a different waveform for wrinkle release. The MyoLift Mini has a bigger learning curve. The QT is still a little bit of a learning curve, not so much since it's a lot more user, friendly, easy for travel, but you have to kind of sync with the app, learn the tutorials from the app, and you can use without the app, but it's kind of like you still kind of need a little bit of the app to learn the moves. So, and yeah, and you can also use it, sorry, and you can also, maybe I'll do a video comparing them, so that way, yeah, that's a great suggestion. I probably will do a video, so that way I can be a little more brain fog, a little more detail on the differences and show the waveforms too. So maybe that's actually a great question, and maybe I'll do a video comparing, because I do get that question a lot, so maybe a video will be clarifying more. But also with any MyoLifts, you can use with the attachments as well. It's really cool. I actually like having both, to be honest, because it gives a little option of a different treatment. But I always say that the best tool is the one you're going to use. And if I was to rank it, I say the Bear, because it's the one that I find that is just, I don't have to think about it. I just use it. And because I use it more often, it's, more likely I'm going to get results, because again, the best tool is the one you're going to use. But if somebody have lots of time and they don't mind, spending a lot of time, 3 times a week for half an hour, then you got amazing results, because it does give you a lot more features. So yeah, hopefully I answered your question. Sorry for the long, because I'm talking and thinking at the same time to make sure I am answering all your questions. But I probably will do a video on that too, because it's actually a really great question. Thank you so much. So let's see, Marie. Mine vibrates fast and can turn it down. The vibration never goes lower. Yeah, by the way, in this I've heard from people that use the app, you can lower the vibration strength in the app. I don't use it with the app, but if you go in, I'm going to do a video, Marie, that'll probably help you and help others, showing the app. I just haven't had time to learn it. And I like making videos when I learn and use it for a while, so that way I can share tips and tell you guys the best way to use it. And that's why I haven't done it yet, because I really haven't had time. I still have to learn the QT new update app so I can do a video on it. And I honestly love using the Bear without the app because it's just so easy. But I will probably dig into the app maybe next month and do a video about it. But you can lower the vibrations in the app. And you can, in the app, you can lower the vibrations, you can lower the intensity, and it will be saved into the Bear. So if you don't like the vibrations so high, you can lower. But definitely keep the T-sonic pulsations on, because they're, again, they are the ones that really help with the fascia release, with relaxing the muscle, and really makes a huge difference. I think is a standout between these and any other microcurrent devices, because even though it only has one type of waveform that is for lifting, having the T-sonic pulsations really, really give it like the best results. I find that, again, I think because it does the fascia release and really helps the muscle to lift even better. And you can even see on my before and after from this week, like within 1 week, I was back to where I was almost 3 weeks ago, you know. So definitely the T-sonic pulsations, use it, you know, for sure. You're very welcome. You put behind. Great, Sarah. So Sarah is answering the question I asked her earlier, if when she put the Oralift, if she put these behind here. So you did right. So I think, Sarah, what's happening is that you just start, and then please answer if you just start using the Oralift or how long you've been using it, because in the beginning, for a while, it's going to feel like it's not, like the top and the bottom are going to touch. And that is normal because, again, you're training the muscle and you have to wait for it to shift. Because when that space is created, that's when the bones are going to shift and you're going to get that space and you're not going to feel that bobbing anymore. So it could be that is just, you know, the experience you have from the beginning, because I did feel like that too in the beginning. It wasn't like, it was a strange feeling, and that's why I stayed for 3 minutes. So maybe do it for 3 minutes and start. And as you get used to, you're going to see is the space is going to be created and it's not going to be bobbing anymore. But also feel free to contact them if you feel like it is too pancaked out, or if you feel like your molding is not correct, since I cannot see it. Or you can email me and show me a photo if you like. I'll be happy to help you out and take a look. And they will be happy to meet with you and help you remold it or send you another one if they find that it's, you know, damaged. But I definitely feel like if you're just starting, it's normal. So just hang in there, just start slow, and use the app for sure to, because the app has questionnaires, so you can comment like if you feel any pain or any trembling, then you can lower the minutes that you're using. Because the Oralift, less is more, so it's better to start slow and build your way for you get comfortable. And as I mentioned, I've never got to the 1 hour, and I still got results. So you don't have to have it on for so long. I think I saw a research article about the Oralift that is, even when you use it for the first time, it already causes a shift. So you don't have to use it that long, but you can use up to 1 hour. But you have to kind of pay attention to your comfort and, you know, and feel comfortable with it. You watched the Oralift video during the molding. Okay, yeah, they do have a video, and so yeah, so I'm sure you did it right. I'm sure you did it right if you watched the video. I'm sure you did it right. And give yourself some time. Start slow. Maybe do 3-5 minutes first, beginning, you know, morning and night, every third day, and then you're going to see your progress, because it's pretty normal in the beginning to feel, and I think they even have on the Q&A talking about the bobbing, or it is an uncomfortable feeling because we're not used to having that, you know, and with time, and they actually have a questionnaire on the thing, you're going to actually have that space and it's going to be natural. Like, even with my mouth closed, I feel there's a space here, and before it wasn't. And that's what helps me with my TNJ, so I'm not grinding, I'm not, you know, clenching my teeth. So it's really helpful, and it really helps to harmonize your face, and it will help with all your other tools as well. So hanging there, Sarah, it's normal. It's not, that's why I find that it wasn't extremely uncomfortable, but it was not comfortable to have it longer than 3 minutes, because I could, you know, it was just, you have to see how long you can have it in your mouth to be comfortable, but it will touch in the beginning. That is completely normal. As you get used to it, will touch less, and that's when you start the touching test. towards the end, you feel like you were not going to be touching anymore. That's exactly, normal. Yeah, so you did exactly. So I'm pretty sure you did it right. You're so welcome, sir. I'm pretty sure you did it right. Just give us some time. And again, you can always reach out to them if you find that you need help remolding or anything. But it seems like you did it right. It is just the feeling that is in the beginning that is not used to, because, you're not having that, you're creating that space still. But once that space is created, you're not going to have that, trust me. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. Good to see you here. Yeah, so good to see you here. I always love your questions. I never felt uncomfortable using the first order if I'm going to mold the bigger one. Okay, it's not necessarily uncomfortable. Like for me, actually, it was a little uncomfortable, yeah. But it was because I have so much tension on my jaw, and I even reached out to them. Like I couldn't have it longer than 3 minutes when I first started, But I have people like you, Sherry, that tell me like they can go for an hour and they don't feel any pain. But also pay attention, yeah. And once you're very comfortable with this one, then you can go to the other one for sure. And also start slow, because I feel like with the Oralift, and I experienced that too, and I think I even mentioned on the other video that as I was trying to force myself to use longer, I kept getting headaches, and then I contacted them and they said, no, if you're feeling with headaches, go back, cut in half and then start slow. And they said it's normal if people have extreme TMJ that it will take longer to build, to have it longer, but I would still get results. And I did. I still got results. And it just kind of coincided with me having a lot of health stuff going on at the time that I wasn't using as often. But I feel like even when I wasn't using it, like if you see my before and after from the 4 months, even after I stopped using, I felt like the results continue. And that's why they tell you to stop for 4 months, because you actually continue improving even after you stopped. And then at 4 months, you gotta go back to using it again, and then you can kind of, because you don't want your muscles and to get too used to it, to the device, and that's why they tell you to stop for 4 months, stop for 4 months, and then start again. So it's kind of like a lifestyle. So I'm happy to hear, Sherry, that you feel not uncomfortable, and everybody's different. In the beginning, for me, was because I felt like it was not enough space here, and I felt trembling here, and whenever you feel trembling, that means you are. Sometimes I would drool. So that is all normal. Like I asked them, like I would drool in the beginning too. And it's all normal. But I start with 3 minutes, and I just got back on it. I'm at 8 minutes now, and I'm gonna continue increasing and let you guys know. But I'm finding the second time around is a lot easier. I just don't want to push it. I'm still starting slow, because when I use it for the first time, I had the headaches, and I don't want to have them. I already suffer from migraines, so I already have a tendency to have headaches. So that's why I'm starting slow, but so far no headaches. So far I already really feel like, as I show in the before and after, if you see Sherry from this week compared to the first week that I started, my face shape is already so much better. And it's amazing how it's a subtle difference, but it really, really impactful. Sherry, I disconnected my mini Oralift from the app, but I don't feel anything. Mini Oralift? Sherry, are you talking about the Myolift Mini or the Myolift QT? Sorry. My Mini Oralift from the app, but I don't feel anything. Disconnected. Do you have the QT? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question, Sherry. If you can clarify that. Because the Oralift, you have the app, the ability to do the before and afters, to do the times, to answer the questionnaires, but you don't really connect it to. But the QT Plus is what you connected to the app. But you can use without the app, but you need to use the QT Plus, if that's what you're talking about. The QT Plus, yes? Okay. So the Myolift Mini, it doesn't use it with the app. The Myolift QT Plus, you use it with the app, which they just updated, and I haven't used it. But the new update is you can use without the app, but you still need the app to sync the device to the treatment that you want to use. So that way you can choose, Sherry, like which kind of strength do you want, if you're using the waveform for lifting or the waveform for wrinkles. So it's really important, Sherry, to actually connect with the app to see which kind of waveform you're using, because that matters which kind of treatment you are doing. Like for example, I don't have the QT here, do I? No, I'm actually moving offices, guys, so I have some boxes here, but I don't have the QT right now. I'm gonna try to learn and then show you guys a tutorial with it. I have to learn the app. But anyways, just an example. When you do, imagine this is the QT Plus. Okay, Sherry. Imagine if this is the QT Plus. Let me see. Let me just put her question here. No? Yes, the Myolift. So I think she's mentioned the QT Plus because the QT Plus is the one that you connect. So imagine this is the QT Plus. If you're using with the waveform for lifting, you're going to be, lifting, holding the muscle. But if you're using on the waveform for wrinkle release, you're going to be kind of stretching the muscle like that. So you're not really, you can't do lift and hold for the wrinkling waveform, because the wrinkling waveform, it elongates the muscle, and the lifting waveform shortens the muscle for the lift. So even if you're disconnected from the app, make sure you connect it back and see if you are, I think on the QT, it's either stretch, I think it's called stretch and lift. Stretch is for the wrinkles and the lift is for lifting. So make sure, even if you're disconnected from the app, you can still use it. And that's what they did on the update. You can use it without the app, but you still need the app to sync which kind of treatment you're doing. So make sure, because if you want to lift your skin, you don't want to be on the stretch mode. You want to be on the, I'm pretty sure. The only thing I don't like about the Myolifts is that they changed the names from the Myolift Mini to the Myolift QT. So on the Myolift Mini is Erase and Educate. Educate is for lifting and Erase is for wrinkle smoothing. On the QT Plus is Stretch and Lift, I think. I haven't used it in a while, but I'm almost sure it's Stretch and Lift. So Stretch mode is for elongating the muscle to release the wrinkle and using that waveform that does that. And Lift mode is shortening the muscle, so that way you get the lift. So make sure, even if you're disconnected, to connect back in the app and then choose the mode that you want to achieve. If you want to lift, make sure you're in the lift mode. If you want to release your wrinkles, make sure you're on stretch mode. But don't do lifting exercises with the stretch mode or releasing exercises with the you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So make sure you are on the right mode when you're using it, even if you're using without the app. That's the only thing, since it has two modes. I have a video on the QT Plus from the first version of the app, which I have tons of tutorials, Sherry, which still should be relevant because the tutorials I have on my Myolift QT Plus video are not on the app. So they're actually tutorials that were on, they're not from the app, so you can still watch my video and learn those tutorials. I'll leave that video in the description box below so you can check it out, but I'm using the first version of the app. They just released a new one, so I'll probably make a new one soon to kind of see the differences. But on that video, I show you how to use without the app, offline, because even on the other version that I allowed to do that. And you can still use the actual tutorials with the QT Plus that you have, but I don't have, I haven't downloaded the new app, so I can't tell you like the differences yet. That's why I haven't done the video, and I was going to include on, as part of my iHood lifting tutorials, the QT Plus as well, but I haven't yet because I haven't had time to learn the app. But the tutorial should be the same. How to change it. You have to go on the app. With the QT Plus, you have to go into the app and choose the mode that you want. Like if you go to the original, the QT video that I have, the QT Plus, Myolift QT Plus video, I show the app and I show how to sync. It should still be the same, I gather. They're not going to make that much difference. But watch that video and then see, if that helps you to change the modes. But you definitely need to change the modes in order to do the right treatment, making sure, you're using stretch mode for wrinkle release and lift mode for lifting the face. So check out the tutorial. I'll leave that in the description box below, but if you want to just go into my channel and check and search Myolift QT Plus, I have a video with tons of tutorials on the QT Plus, real-time tutorials you can do with me, and I even have a video about the differences between the Myolift Mini and the Myolift QT Plus. But the QT Plus video has tons of tutorials that are not in the app, so that one, it can be really helpful even if you use it without the app. How do you change the strength? Also on the app. To change the strength of the QT Plus, also on the app, Sherry. It's everything on the app, and that's the only thing that I don't like, because I kind of like just pressing, and I like apps. Like I love the Zip app too, because you sync the treatments and then always remember the last treatment with the Zip. I love that. But the QT Plus is because, you know, like if you don't remember, you know, there's different, since there's only two waveforms, you kind of have to remember what strength did you use. So, and that's just a side note, because I think for the QT Plus, they only have like high or low. When you're doing your eye area, you want to make sure you're low strength, because it's really strong. Like I found the QT Plus kind of feels stronger than the Microcurrent Mini, to be honest. But make sure you use a lower, I think they have the option low, at least before. It was just low and high. And then on the Microcurrent Mini, you can physically like add the specific current. So I haven't seen the new app, so maybe they fixed that, but just make sure when you're using on your eye area to use a low strength current, and then the rest of your face a high strength current. So yeah, so definitely check it out. That video, because it's very, very detailed, and I go into very deep into the app, and that's why I want to do another video just like that. And I haven't been able to, because I haven't had time to learn the app. You know, I want to make sure I learn it so I can teach you guys. If I don't know, I don't want to tell you something that I don't know. But it looks like they improved it, so definitely check it out. And it's a good device. I mean, it's a really good device that offers those two waveforms, you know, that you can use. Make sure you know which one are using for which purpose, you know, and that should be fine. Okay, you're so helpful. You're so welcome, Sherry. I'm here to help. So always reach out if you have any questions or comment, and I'll always come back. And I will put the link of the video on the description box below when I'm done with this video. I always put the videos that I talk about, but you can always search on my channel. It's under Microcurrent as well. Yes, I know you have the Zip. I love the Zip. I love it because I find, to be honest, the best like app is the Zip app, because it is just so user-friendly, and I love the tutorials. And I have more videos on the Zip too, because I want to try the plumping one. I'm very, very curious about the plumping one, but I just started using the Medicube Ulcera, which also does plumping, so that's why I haven't done more videos on the Zip. But I shot a video on the Zip showing all the other tutorials, which I might still edit and post it, but I might hold off on the plumping tutorial from the Zip until I'm done with the Ulcera, because I just started the Ulcera. I want to see which kind of results I can get. And it, you know, the Medicube Ulcera does plumping, and so far, guys, I'm loving. I think if you guys saw my video last week and then this week, I've only used it twice so far, and I find that my face is glowing and looking very firm, and you only use twice, 3 times a week. So far, I'm loving it, but I'll have a video for sure in 30 days with my before and afters, and to share with you guys the results from the Medicube Ulcera. But so far, I'm loving it. I really, really like it. So yes, but definitely, you know, it's nice that you have all those tools, Sherry, so definitely make sure you put them to good use. I miss using my Zip. I wanted to use it again, but when I'm testing a tool, I kind of stop. I might do another demonstration of the Zip too, but so far, the Ulcera is doing great. And I'll continue this series as usual. Next week, I'll be back showing my, you know, progress, and I'll try to learn the QT Plus new app to also show, you know, tutorials for the iHood lifting with the QT Plus, because you can do that too with that. I just have to learn it and then come back and tell you guys. Oh, hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I did the live today a little earlier because I have to have a doctor appointment, so I have to leave soon. But I'll be here next week too, Michelle. And make sure, since you just joined in, I'll put timestamps below so that way you can jump any part of the video, and make sure you check my before and afters from last week. Because I mean, I think you can visually see that there's more of a lift, but I'm so impressed because even within 1 week, which honestly I wasn't even doing every day, I've been busy, but my eyes are back to where they were on 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks ago. So the lift is back. So I love it. I'm going to be continuing, Michelle, using the Bear, the Oralift, and the Nira for next week. But I'm also going to try to learn, you know, the new app of the QT Plus to show tutorials of that as well. But I'll continue this series. So make sure you log in next week so we can hang out, and make sure you ask your questions below too. I always love your questions. So thanks for being here. Yes, your face looks beautiful. Thank you, Sherry. I am really loving the Medicube Ulcera. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in 30 days, because so far I even took a video of me doing the first treatment and photos, so that way I want to compare when I do the 30-day video with the video and the photos, because I'm really thinking I'm going to get like really good results, because even on my jawline, It helps with the double chin too. It doesn't take the fat, but I also am, because I was gonna do another treatment, like another series for the double chin, but I might do it after the 30 days with the Medicube, because it also treats the double chin and the turkey neck. And I did like a profile, because when I used the Medicube EMS shot, my jaw was snatched like to heavens. It was so good. And I stopped using because I stopped all my tools, and then of course, gravity and aging. So now I feel like it's getting back to being a little more snatched, and I only use it twice. I only use it twice, but I already feel my jaw more defined, and I'm excited for the neck too, because I'm using on my neck and the rest of my face, but you don't use it on the eye area. So the eye area, I'm going to still be using Microcurrent in this series, but for 30 days, I'm using the Sarah on my face and neck, and I'll come back to show you guys the results. But so far, I only use it twice, and I'm really, really impressed so far. Okay, let me see. Yes, I'm done with the tutorial part, but I will put the timestamps below so you can jump. So I'm just on the chat now, the chat part, but make sure you go and watch the tutorial and watch the before and after. So it's usually in the beginning of the video. And as I'm done, I usually go back and I put the timestamps so you can just jump on the time. So that way you can see, the before and afters. And yes, so yes, today I discussed the Oralift, the Nira, no, not the zip. The zip, I'm talking about it here, but the zip I actually had, I think it was week 2 of the series. You can use the zip on the eye area. I already have a tutorial on it on week 2. So check out the playlist from the series, because I have the zip. And I think the following week I might do the QT Plus, but I'm still keeping the Bear because I love it. It's so quick. But so in this video, I showed the Oralift, the Bear, and the Nira, and I talked about my results and, tips and, what I do usually on the series. So check out the timestamp so that way you can see. But I will definitely include other tools on this series. I just gonna keep another week with the Bear, because if you see my before and afters is working, and I'm gonna keep doing, especially since I started using the Sarah. I'm learning that one too. I'm learning the, how to do the treatments. Is not as, I wouldn't say user friendly. It just requires a little more thinking, that's of learning. So that's why I have learned the QT Plus app. But for sure you can use the zip to lift your eyelids too. And I have it on week 2. I have a tutorial on that. So make sure you check that one too if you want to see the zip. But I will continue another week of the Bear and the Nira and the Oralift, because it's working for me. So I'll keep using until I learn the other stuff. Marzilana, can I use mini version? Yes, you can use the mini version of the Bear for this tutorial. I don't have the mini with me here. Maybe next week I'll actually use the mini if I continue with the Bear. That way I can show a tutorial on that. But it should be the same moves, and go to level 3 on the mini, because the Bear goes into level 5, but you can use level 3 on the mini and do the same moves. And the mini actually works a lot better because it's smaller for this area. But yes, you can use the mini. But I always use my regular Bear because I'm just more used to it and I kind of like it better. But yeah, so, but you can use the mini. Yes, for all the tutorials with the Bear, you can use the mini. And I actually have a whole Bear tutorial video that I do my eye area, and I even do other moves as well. And I show tutorials of the mini and the regular Bear, and they're very similar, but I do adapt them. So if you want to watch that one, you can. I'll leave the Bear playlist on the description box, so they'll have all my Bear videos and have tons of tutorial that you can use with the mini or the Bear. And thanks for being here. Imagine the device we're talking about. I've become obsessed and I have to stop myself. Yes. So sorry, I speak so fast sometimes. Michelle said, OMG, a new device we're talking about. I've become obsessed and I have to stop myself. Yes, I'm right there with you. I love devices for a long time, and I think I mentioned to you guys, I've used the New Face when it first came out, when it was like a 9-volt battery. And I also used, what's her name? Suzanne Sammer's microcurrent device, which was like a little, like, I still have it. I have to find it because I want to do a video like talking about my device addiction. We could say addiction, but it's more like love and passion because I love them. But I always say use the ones you have and then see if you need to get any more, because there's so many in the market right now that it just really goes with, schedule, budget, and time, because I'm so grateful that they send this device to me. I do buy some of them as well, but I probably wouldn't be able to afford to buy all that I have. And I'm so grateful they sent to me. And as I'm getting older, I find that I need to combine. But as I was younger, Microcurrent did the job for me for the longest time. And I bought the zip myself. I bought the new face. I actually have a lot of devices too. Maybe one of these days I will do a video with showing all my devices, which some of them, you know, I am not using right now because I'm always testing new things. So I find that consistently, I always go back to the Bear and I always go back to the Nira. Let me get it because my Nira fell. Oh no, I hope it didn't break. No, it did not break. Thank God. It just fell on the floor. I always go back to the Nira and I always go back to the Bear when I'm between devices. And that's what happened. Like this month, you know, I stopped last year and then I stopped a lot of devices and then I needed to go back. And when I need like a pick me up and I don't have a lot of time, I go back to the Bear and the Nira. Those are like more consistent. And then now I went back to the Oralift. The consistent things that I have been using, you know, even though I try other devices, I love them, but since I'm always testing new things, I usually stop the other device so I can show you guys the results you can get with a specific device, because then you can see just that device alone if which kind of results. And so far with the Ucera, it kind of almost feels, I'm not using microcurrent on the rest of my face, guys, by the way, just on my eyes. And I'm so impressed that so far I'm feeling like the Ucera is really lifting and plumping. So it's almost, it uses a different technology, and I'll talk more about the video because I'm still learning. It uses high frequency and ultrasound, which I have not tried any devices like that, but it almost feels like I'm getting similar results than radio frequency, but it's not radio frequency. So yeah, so just as a side note, I'll keep you guys posted and show you my results to see if you need it. But if the devices you have now work, keep using them, Michelle, because yeah, it just depends on people's needs. But I'm going to continue reviewing for you guys because my channel is a review channel and I love them. So I love reviewing and showing the results because, you know, but so far it's becoming one of my favorites because of the quick results that I finally get so far. Michelle, I found the Oralift help with the turkey neck. Yes, it does. And it helps with posture too. And that's what I'm saying, Michelle. Like, you don't need all the devices in the market. Get the ones that work for you and use them. That's the most important thing. And a lot of people, and I have some people that bought the Oralift for the holidays and still haven't used it. So reach out to me, guys. I want to help you out. A lot of people are intimidated molding or they don't know how to use it. And that's why I'm including also on the series, because it is such a powerful device that people should use it. And watch my video, you know, if you're watching this and you don't have or don't know what the Oralift is, watch my whole series on the Oralift when I was using by itself. Definitely works. And it does work for the turkey neck too, for sure, but you have to use it for 4 months. And, you know, and now that I'm finding that combining with other tools give me better results because it does help shift the muscle, shift the jaw, and so helpful with the headaches. Amazing for that. So I love this device. So yeah, definitely it does help with turkey neck. It helps with the posture as well. But I will, you know, report to you guys any other, you know, this is the second time around that I'm using it, but I'm combining for the eye, you know, for, especially for my, actually mostly for my TMJ, but I'm happy my face is getting more symmetrical again. If you compare to my other videos, definitely getting more symmetrical. And that is also something the Oralift does. No other device can do that. Michelle, I have wrinkles on my chin. My derm calls it goofball chin. What helps with this? Goofball chin. You know what, Michelle? We do, let me see. Like here, if there's a wrinkle here, I don't know, do you have the Myolift? Because the Myolift, there's a tutorial of the Myolift that you use the, what is it called? The erase mode, which is for, you know, stretching the muscle to help release the wrinkles here. And also a lot of times people can get wrinkles here. So with the probes, if you have the Myolift Mini, you can do this opening up the wrinkle, and that should help release. A goofball chin, I have to Google that so that maybe I can get a visual of it. Let me research, Michelle, and I'll get back to you because I love that you're always here on the lives. Let me research that and I'll get back to you next week to see which device that I have that can help with that. Because off the bat, all I can think of is either the Zip or the Myolift Mini for the wrinkle release, because they actually elongate the muscle. So if you are having like a deep line here, using the waveform for wrinkle release will really help. But let me research more. Don't, you know, just let me know if you have the Myolift Mini or the Zip, then definitely try, you know, the wrinkle smoothing modes of those devices if you have them. If you don't have them, don't run and buy yet. Let me research some more and I'll get back to you next week because I want to search the term. Let me actually take a photo of this. Goofball chin. That's that is such a funny term. I don't know. I have never heard of it, but let me research more, and I will get back to you with a more specific answer with different devices. And also let me know which devices you have. That way I can kind of tailor to the ones you have as well, and I can help you address that for sure. What month are you on with Oralift? Oh, Sherry. So that was question was for Sherry. What month are you on with the Oralift, Sherry? You can answer that question too. I'm curious. You're very welcome. Yes, so I will get back to you on that, but try, if you have those two devices, for sure, you know, use them on the wrinkle release mode, but I will research more and get back to you next week, for sure. I have so many microcurrent devices. Should I buy the Bear? It may be sale. Yeah, the Bear has been having great sales, by the way. I don't know if it's on sale now. I'll have the link, is my affiliate link on the description box below. Sometimes they give me discount codes. I don't think I have any right now, but I think they're having a sale of 30% now. I'm not sure. But a lot of times they give me discount codes to put on top of the sales, usually during holidays or, you know, I think they give me for Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, they might be giving me. So keep an eye on it, Sherry. I might get a coupon code later down the line for the Bear. But if you're interested, if they're having a 30% sale, which they did, I even put on my community page a while ago. I'm not sure if it's still going on. I'll put that the affiliate link on the description box below. You can check that. But I do love the Bear for being easy to use, and honestly is my favorite one because like what's happening right now, like I'm busy, I'm testing other things. So since I'm doing this series, I know this will give me the lift I need, and I'm loving it. And then I'm really loving my eye hood lifting. I find that I have more space for makeup. I had a birthday party this weekend to go, and I was doing my makeup, and I was like, oh, I love having more lids, because when my lids are super, what is it called? Hooded, it doesn't matter what makeup I put on, you can hardly see. So people are like, oh, I love your makeup. It's like, yeah, because you can actually see it. Because otherwise my hoods get super, you know, hooded. You don't see the makeup. So yeah, I do love the Bear. I personally love it. Even though I have the zip and the Microcurrent, I still use it. But, you know, it's up to you. See if you need it. It's just, for me, I like it because it's just easy. I can just boom, 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 I'm done. And then a day that I want to do a deeper treatment, I still would go back to the Microcurrent Mini. Not right now because I'm testing the Sarah. But in the past, I would use the zip, you know, with the zip. Use the zip also as needed, as like a deep treatment. And I'll use the Bear as my main microcurrent. And I'll use the Microcurrent Mini as my deep microcurrent. I know, so extra. You don't really need it, but that's what I did myself, having all those tools. And those are my favorite, my top 3 tools. I mean, I want to do a ranking tool, ranking microcurrent, but spoiler alert, Bear #1, zip #2. Microcurrent Mini #3. The QT is not so much on my top 5 just because I'm not used to using it as much. It is more user-friendly, but I still find the Bear more user-friendly because I can just press here, select the levels, change the you know, the sonic pulsations if I want to. I don't have to go to the app, even though I should use the app since they added so many new features on the app. Now there's an advanced mode on the app. Have not used that, but I still got good results with the basic mode, and I love that I can just do it here. Because with the QT, you can use without the app, but you still need the app to change the settings. So I don't like that because sometimes my phone battery is dead and like, you know, it's not, I don't like having to use apps. I like the Zip app because when I use the Zip, especially as the year progressed, is not as like my main microcurrent, but like I have a zit, I use the Zip. Or like I was doing the wrinkle smoothing. Oh my god, it was so good. I love the filter effect. I did for like a whole week, like not every day, but like twice that week. And when I did my makeup, it just looks so good. So I like the Zip for that, for deeper treatments, especially since I test other devices. But if I wasn't testing other devices, I would use the Zip more often too, which I still want to do like a 30-day Zip challenge because I never really done it. So I might do that later when I'm done testing these new devices I'm testing right now. But usually when I test a device, I have to stop the others, you know, because I want to be honest with you guys and not use everything and then show you the results like, oh, this is what I got with this device, because it wouldn't be true. So now since I'm only doing my eyes with the Bear, it's okay to use Docera because Docera you stop at the brow bone. You do not use on the eye area, not on the eyelids. So yeah, so far in that. So far. Regarding Medicube, so what is regarding Medicube? Oh, the device from Medicube? Yes, I'm testing right now the Ucera device from Medicube. I only use it twice. You only use twice or 3 times a week. So I'm gonna do a 30-day review, Michelle, so keep an eye on that, and I'll check if that can help with the chain thing, because so far I've noticed, and I've only used it on the brow bone. I mean, not the brow bone, jeez. The cheekbone, eye bone, cheekbone, you guys mean, like not on this area, but I felt like it was smoothing, like it gave me a similar effect than the zip did with smoothing these fine lines, because I have very deep fine lines, and you can definitely see how deep they are when I did my blackhead. When I don't do anything, or when my blackhead, my black eye, when I had the black eye, I had a very close up, and you can see when and even on the zip video, when the zip really released it. But so far I'm finding that the Ucera is really releasing it. And even, look, oh my God. Oh, guys, look at this. I find that it's even helping, like, I find that it almost feels like microcurrent a little bit. I'm going to go deeper into the technology, because I don't want to speak about it, because I haven't really researched deeper. I'm using it. I just started. But I'm finding that it's actually helping, like, even the dynamic wrinkles. Yeah, I have before and afters. I have video on it, so the video will be very detailed. But so far, I'm really impressed. Now they have a new face. Yes, Sherry, I've heard that the new face has different, it might have different waveforms, because the original new face was galvanic current, which is a type of microcurrent, but it's not the same than the Bear, and it's not the same microcurrent than Myolift. Myolift is like true microcurrent, they call it, because it's like the pure microcurrent. And there's so many different, again, nanocurrent and waveform. There's so many different variety. So the new face is usually galvanic, which is a different type of current that honestly I didn't think like it was long lasting from my experience from using for a whole year and then getting pregnant, stopping for 2 weeks, and boom, my whole face collapsed. So that's why I didn't like about the new face, because that made me really upset. But while I was using it, I love the lift, and you see the lift right away, but I also see the lift right away with the Bear, and I find it more long lasting. But the new face I have not tried. Maybe down the line I'll be considering maybe buying it, just because I'm curious to see the difference between the old new face. Maybe I'll do a video about that, because I used to love new face, and I think I tell the story all the time. When I was using it, I used it for a long time. I went with my friend, and she gets Botox and fillers, and I was there with her because I took her to get her appointment, and then I asked the plastic surgeon, like, do you think I need Botox? I wasn't really, it was a long time ago. And he's like, no, I don't think you need it. What you doing? And I'm like, said, I'm using new faces. And he said, keep doing it. So that was kind of cool, because, it is microcurrent. It was galvanic, and I was younger. My friends were getting Botox for the longest time, but it's kind of nice to hear from plastic surgeon, I don't think you need it, which is awesome. And at the time, at some point in my life, I contemplated, but I was always so scared of Botox, and I never done it. I don't have any, because my mom had it, and she had horrible migraines, and she had like the droopiness. So, after that, my mom got Botox, and she had a lot of reactions. So that's why I kind of tried to stay away from it. I've never done it, so I don't know if I would react like that. But down the line, I would always be very transparent with you guys if I decide to do it. But that was kind of like cool that I was using a new face, and I was, to hear from a plastic surgeon, you don't need it. That's awesome. And I was already in my 30s, I think. I can't remember. It feels like a million years ago. But what I was sad is when I got pregnant, 2 weeks, I lost all my results for a year. And then when I stopped the Bear for 2 months, I still had my lift. So, that's why I don't badmouth the new face, but I didn't like that it was not long lasting. And, so hopefully maybe they changed it. And another thing I didn't like about the new face is that I still have my new face Trinity, the first new face Trinity that ever came out. And I actually even had the new face with the 9-volt battery, and I gifted to my dad, and I think it still works. And then I bought 2 new face Trinities for my mom and my dad, because my dad actually likes microcurrent. He doesn't use it anymore, but at the time. And both of them broke. And I sent them to Brazil. That made me so upset, because that was very expensive. I was making a lot of money at that time that I could give nice gifts. But it's really upsetting when you give something really nice, especially the Trinity with all the attachments, and they couldn't use it because it broke like within like a month or something. And then my dad came to visit. No, my mom came to visit. And then I exchanged it. Like, they have no problem exchanging it like I did. I think it was within the year. And then it broke again. So that's why I haven't talked about NuFace on my channel, because my NuFace Trinity still works. It was the first one that came out. But then having two NuFace Trinities that I bought and gifted to my family break 3 times basically, that kind of gave me a bad taste in my mouth. And then I bought the NuFace Fix, which I have it. And it cracked, just from regular use, and I didn't find that it gave me that great results too. I like much better the Venus, which is from Even Skin, even though the Venus is not microcurrent. So that kind of gave me a bad taste of the NuFace. Like, is the quality that they're putting on the actual device changed from when I started using it? So I don't know. I can only speak from my experience, but I also got people commenting. So comment me before letting me know they're broke too. So I don't know. I'm curious about the new NuFace, but I'm also concerned if I purchase it, if it'll break, because it's upsetting because those devices are expensive. And I think somebody commented before if the Bear was long lasting. Yes, I have the Bear for like over 2 years now. Never broke, and I just dropped my Nira. Didn't crack at all. I just dropped it on the floor just now. I wouldn't suggest to drop it, but I'm just saying, like, if you have a device, let me turn it on. Yeah, still works. So if you drop a device, not that you would, and it still works, that means it's made of good quality. But if like the NuFace Fix for the eye, from just using it cracked, like, come on, like so, or you gifted and both of them broke. So that made me upset, and that's why I don't recommend. It gave me good results, but I wouldn't recommend something that I had 3 gifts that broke for them. But mine still works. So I wonder if maybe at that time they were having some issues with their quality. I don't know. But I would eventually probably consider trying the new NuFace just to compare, because my Trinity still works. So that one still, it was the first Trinity that came out. Again, I'm a old school NuFace user, and it worked at the time. I ordered the Nira February 10. Can't wait to start this. Oh, nice, Michelle. Keep me posted. I love my Nira. I know they were back ordered for the longest time, and people were ordering. And yeah, so let me know if you have any questions, because I love my Nira. It's something that I always go back to it, and it's really, I don't know if you guys can see. It really lifts this skin here, which is so tight now, guys. If you guys can see. See how the makeup, like, I even have more of a hood now for makeup. Usually I have the skin that just kind of hangs there. It's so much more firm, and that is from the Nira, because the microcurrent only lifts the muscle. It doesn't, firm the skin. Yeah. So yeah, so keep me posted, Michelle, for sure. And Sherry, she's starting with the bigger Oralift. Oh, she's telling that to Michelle. Awesome. I love that you guys are talking to and sharing experiences. Yes. Let me see. Goofball chin because a goofball has dimples. Interesting. I will research that, Michelle, because I haven't, heard of that. But I would check, do my research, and get back to you, like, which kind of tool would be better for that. So for sure, I'll let you know. So you do have the zip, Michelle. You do have the zip. Cool. So try I will see, let me check my zip app, and then I will let you know maybe for the next video. If you're here on the live, I'll let you know. I'll have research the goofball, and I'll also research which kind of setting on the zip can help. Since you already have the zip, I'll check which kind of setting on the zip could help for that. For sure. And I don't think the zip has a wrinkle erase mode. It does have wrinkle erase, but depending on the area, because it uses different waveforms on different settings. But the zip does have a wrinkle erase waveform, and that's the one that I used for the filter effect. So I wonder if the filter effect one, the filter finish setting tutorial would help with here. I wondered. So let me do a little more research, Michelle. I definitely will. I'm saving here, and I will research for you. And next week, I'll come back with the answer. I will see which kind of settings on the zip can help with that, or if any other tools, but I will definitely get back to you for sure. Oh, golf ball, not goof. Golf ball, golf. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, goofball. I'm a goofball. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. So Michelle, you said I have the zip only in LED panel. Okay, LED helps with more of, like, the texture of the skin. Like, it helps build collagen, helps with inflammation, but I don't think it'll help with that. But actually using microcurrent with the LED actually is a great combination. So awesome that you have those. I will research more about the golf ball chin, and now I get the visual, and I'll get back to you for sure to let you know what could it be. I know maybe you guys are talking with each other because I like showing the the chat because I use the eCam Live. So maybe on Ulta, I think you guys are talking to each other. So let me see. It's so extra, but I love it. Yes, I know. Sometimes, like a lot of tools can be extra. Like I was saying, like because I have them, because I have what I was saying, the zip and the bear and the Microlift, the way that I use them is doing that. But I find that this could be considered my main microcurrent, and then the other one is like deeper treatments that I use, mostly for time-wise. But if I had time, all the time in the world, I would, use it differently. But that's just me. Each person has to see what works for them. What do you like better about FOREO versus zip? Better results? Honestly, it's so different. The FOREO bear compared to the zip is that the FOREO bear only is for lifting, and it does a really good job for lifting, and it's so quick. It's like a 2.5 minutes treatment, and I usually do 5 really. I do like boom, boom, boom. The zip has shorter treatments, but the zip is a little more advanced. I see the zip more as like an esthetician facial, because it has so many different treatments. And that's why I started doing the zip series too, which I stopped a little bit, but I'll get back on it because I find that it has so many different treatments that sometimes can be a little overwhelming to find what to use. And I'm still trying treatments on the zip that I haven't used in a while. I usually have my favorite ones, especially when I first got the zip. My favorite one was for the acne, because I was suffering from a lot of acne, and that one worked amazing. So I find that with the zip, I see it more as a deeper treatment that treats skin as well as lifting. But when I want a quick treatment, like pick up and go, I prefer the bear. But that is just me. If I didn't have the bear, I'll definitely probably use the zip more. But because I also test other devices, it's easy to just get something, boom, 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 I'm done. But the zip's still like amazing as far as the only microcurrent devices. They have so many different treatments in one, like so many different waveforms. Especially as I took the Microlift mini class, I've learned about all the waveforms that the zip has, which is pretty amazing that you can have a tool that you can use at home that is so advanced. So I find the zip like an esthetician treatment and give you so many options. But for easy and quick of use, I still prefer the bear. But as far as results, they both will give you results. And I always say the best tool is the one you use it. If you use it, they both give you results. But the bear will not give you results for skin quality. Like right now I have a lot of hyperpigmentation from years in the sun. So I want to try the zip, like do a zip challenge for the hyperpigmentation. Because when I used to use the zip consistently, I didn't have this bad hyperpigmentation. Like my skin was like so smooth, and maybe also getting older, is coming to the surface more. But I want to try the zip for hyperpigmentation because I never had that, and now I have it really bad. And the bear will not help with that. The bear is just for lifting, but the zip has hyperpigmentation, acne, plumping, wrinkles. So it is more of a complete tool, that also has microcurrent. And, for that reason, you can be a little overwhelmed because you kind of have to tailor the treatment. And that's why I want to do a zip challenge and kind of do that for you guys. So that way we can see, which kind of results you can get, how long it takes. Because I definitely need something for hyperpigmentation, and I'm not using anything right now. I mean, LED lights can help as well. But since I'm testing the Medicube Bucera for, the rest of the face, I stopped my LED on the face. So I'm going to try LEDs on my hands. Anyway, I tested different things right now. I wish I had 2 faces, 2 heads, but I'm testing something in my hands. I'm testing something in my décolletage right now. I'm testing something in my face, my eyes. So I'm pretty booked right now. But once I get done with these tests, I will probably try the zip for hyperpigmentation for sure. It's called Ussera. Ussera. I know some Ducera, so Ussera. And I'll have a 30-day review for sure. Yes, let's do a 30-day zip challenge for sure. As soon as I'm done with the Ussera, I have another device that hasn't launched yet. I got it, which I'm excited to try. I don't know if I can speak about it because it has not launched. So as soon as I'm done with the Ussera, I'm going to try this device that hasn't launched. It's going to launch, I think, in May. So I'm going to use that device for 30 days, and that goes all over my face. And then I'm probably going to do the zip challenge, and I'll for sure keep you guys posted, because I'm excited to do a zip challenge, because it has, especially the new app, and they're doing an app update, I think, again. So it's going to be perfect by the time I do the challenge, because they're always updating the app. And we can do it together, Michelle. So hang in there. Let's do it together. I'm excited to do that. Okay, still back order, not shipping until March 27. Your hoodies look amazing from the Nira. Yes, I love it. Yes, the Nira has been having, I mean, not just the Nira, a lot of tools are having, back orders, with everything that's going on in the world, it kind of messed up the chain, so a lot of, missing parts, and then it takes time for them to get. It's not as used to be years ago. So yeah, I think still back order, but yeah, so hopefully you get it, and I'm going to continue this, because it really takes 3 months to see the full results of the Nira, because that's what collagen takes to build and rebuild. So I will definitely, continue the series, and when you get yours, we can, you can join the challenge. Yes, that's actually a really good, thanks for helping you guys also on the comments. Because of my glasses, I don't have them with me. I have to post it on the screen and I can kind of see you guys conversation, and it's really cool to help each other out. Yeah, that's a really good suggestion too. Just make sure your teeth not touching. Yeah, try the filter finish on there, because it does, since it smooth out the wrinkles here, it could be smoothing to this area. But I will do more research too and see which other setting you can do. Okay. Yes, I combine different zip treatments all the time, but for sure recommendations are better. Maybe you can discuss this in another video. Yes, I actually shot a video, which I'm still probably going to edit, because I'm kind of behind on my editing. But I actually went over the app, and because I've heard they're going to do another app update, I'm not sure I'm going to post that or wait for the update, or maybe I'll do that in different videos, because I shot a very long video on the zip showing most of the tutorials in real time. So I'm still considering if I'm going to re-edit that or wait for the new app update, because they might change or add more things, so I want to be relevant, because, that's what I like about the Zip, because they definitely keep adding things, so it makes it a really worthy device to have, because it's like getting a new device every year. So I'm very excited with the new app update, because I'm sure they're going to add more stuff. But there's still treatments that I haven't used. I have not used the plumping treatment, and other treatments I haven't used. So I'll definitely get more into it, and I'll, give you some suggestions, but I'll search into the golf ball chin to give you more tips on that with the Zip. Has anyone used the Medicube HR Booster? Do you like it? I want to use that one after Docera, because I only do one device at a time. With the Medicubes, I try, because again, I want to show the results from that device. And so far, I'm not using any makeup, and I'm not doing anything. I did just the eye area, but I find that I'm glowing from using Docera. So I find that Docera does give you a glow too, and it even says on the benefits and stuff. But the Medicube HR Booster, it kind of works to make, your serums or creams penetrate deeper, and gives you a nice glow, because you're getting the best from your skincare. So I'll definitely review that one next after, I'm chaining, is that right? After my sequence of devices I'm due to review, I definitely reviewed that one too, but I've read great things about it. Hold on. I may use agency or apostrophe for my hyperpigmentation. What are those, Michelle? If you can let me know. I don't know what they are. Let me take a screenshot and I'll research it. Agency and apostrophe. Yeah, hyperpigmentation is really hard to get rid of. LED lights can help for sure, and I wanted to try LED lights for that too, but yeah, I will see, but I don't want to do LED lights now since I'm doing Docera, so not to change the results, because LED lights itself really help, collagen production. But for sure, I will, I think I want to test the Zip for that, because since I have such, so many different tools from it, and it has a specific one for hyperpigmentation, I want to test that out for sure. Especially since the Zip did really well for my acne. So I feel like breaking the pigments, like I have a lot more. I used to have just this one. Now I have a bunch here. And that is from not using sunscreen, and it's definitely showing up now. Yeah, so for sure I will do for sure I'll do the zip challenge next, and we can you know, explore the new treatments. You're so welcome. Yes, I love that they update the app. It's so great, and they're coming up for new updates, so I've heard. But and I just finished shooting like the whole new app deep dive, but I may still post it because I don't know when the update date's coming, but I know there's one coming this year. I just don't know when. I just heard from the grapevine. So we'll see. But it's amazing because that means new treatments are coming, new things are coming, and it's really cool that they keep adding things. But also, I haven't even had a chance to use the last update. So it's good. So that's why I'm doing this video, so that way we can, you know, take more advantage of everything. When you talk, your chin is smooth. When I talk is when I see wrinkling. Oh, I see. I'm just trying to see. I'm going to research that for you, Michelle, and then I'll get back to you on the next live for sure. And I have to go now, guys, because I have an appointment. But I love hanging out with you guys. Make sure you come back next week. I'll have more lives. I will have for sure my eye hooding lives, and I also have other lives as well. I'm trying to get more lives on because I love this interaction. I love answering your questions and clarifying for you guys too. So thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. And let me see if there's any more questions. Oh yeah, see. Just a couple more questions and I'm gonna go. Is an online system where you order creams from a doctor? Okay, Michelle. They formulate it for your skin and you send your pictures. Interesting. Okay, I may check that out too, but I also want to check the tools that I already have to address them, and then maybe go into creams, because creams, I have nothing against creams. I actually found some great skincare lately that works, but it just takes longer. Tools are like, I need the big guns, you know, like that's why I use tools. But thanks for letting me know. I'll keep that in mind, but I probably will try the zip first and then, you know, see which kind of results I can get for the hyperpigmentation. And LED lights too work really well. And then I may consider getting that for sure, because it's more like a doctor treatment. So we'll see, you know, because I definitely want to show you from the tools that I have which kind of results you can get. And then, you know, maybe I'll review that cream down the line for sure. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you all so much. I hope you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.